Morning, Mr. Radio. Morning, little Cheerio. Morning, Sister Oreo. Did I tell you everything here is fine? Ooh, in mine. Morning, Mr. Shoeshine Man. Shine 'em bright in white and tan. Baby said he loves me, and need I tell you that everything here is just fine? Ooh, in mine. If I sing, my heart has found its wings, searching high and low, and now at least I know. Morning, Mr. Golden Gate. I should walk, but I can't wait. I can't wait to set it straight. I was shaking, but now I'm making it fine. Ooh, here in mine. My heart will soar with love that's rare and real. My smiling face will feel every cloud, then higher still, beyond the blue until I know I can, like any man, reach out my hand and touch the place of God.
Mr. Adam Johnson.
Excuse me if I sing, my heart has found its wings, searching high and low, and now at least I know. Morning, Mr. Radio. Morning, little Cheerios. Morning, Sister Oreo. Did I tell you that everything is fine? Oh, in my mind. So won't you get up, Oreo? Won't you get up, Cheerio? Wake up, Mr. Radio. Oh, it's fine in my mind. I'm singing about morning, little radio. Morning, little Cheerio. Morning, Sister Oreo. I just woke up and I know that everything is fine. Yeah. Oh, in my mind. Good morning, Unity. We wanted to do a happy song, one that made you just walk and think about how wonderful mornings are, how beautiful and blessed we are. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Oh, love, 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 love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I choose love, 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 love. I choose it, love, 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 love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I choose peace, 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 peace. I feel it, peace, peace, peace. I choose peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. I feel it, joy, joy, joy. Every day is joy, joy, joy. I'm choosing joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release.
Unity of Omaha. Look how that works. All right, I am Reverend Brenda Peters. Glad that you're all with us here this morning, and we're leaning into feelings and emotions. It's our last day of the month to do that, so woohoo! Who's ready to move on? But not too fast, because, you know, it's a learning opportunity. And so welcome to everybody who is new here. We are glad that you are with us. Make sure that you get a packet when you come in, and if you haven't, just stop by that Unity table up front. And also, if you could, fill out, the next slide, the connections card. That will let us know if you're interested in getting more information, if you want to sign up for our e-blast. It's just a great way, but also you can get a prize. Woohoo! So make sure you fill it out. When you do, set it on your chairs, and the ushers will come and get it after service. And I will be doing a Foundations of Unity, and that starts March 9th. We're going to have two classes, one Wednesday, 11:30 a.m., and then one at 7 p.m. The one at night is only Zoom. And this is for anybody who wants a deeper dive into Unity, but also for those of you who are interested in becoming members. So if you're interested, I sent out an email. Let me know if you're new. I'll send an email out to you, put it on your connection card, and we'll get you registered for class. Also, we are in volunteers. We took a little bit of space for the youth group, for the youth and the YOU. But what we're going to do is bring them back, and we want to be prepared. So we're looking for people to help be in the classroom, just, you know, be with us, help show the kids what they need to learn, the basics of Unity. And even if you don't know the basics, that's cool because you can learn it with the kids. We just need 2 adults in every classroom. So please see myself, see Reverend Becky, or see Rachel. And she's not here right now because I know she's making copies, but see Rachel also, and we can get you hooked up with that. All right. And join us this Sunday, today, after service. We're going to have Qigong. See, I did it wrong. Qigong. And that's going to go from noon to 1 in the history room. If you don't know where the history room is, grab somebody, say, hey, where's the history room? And we'll show you. So love offering of $5 is suggested. And say thank you to Reverend Becky. Reverend Becky is retiring, and we are having thank you notes that you can write out when you go out in the sanctuary. There's a red table. Just go ahead and pick up a card and write in it, and then you put it in an envelope, and there's a glass container you can put it in. Black History Month, yep, this is the last Sunday for that, but not ever the last Sunday to learn more. So, okay, and if you are interested in the e-blast, please email office@unityomaha.org, and we'll get you signed up for that. Plus, support Unity of Omaha through your gifts and tithes, and also time and talent. I also want to make sure that you know that, you know, if you feel like you can't give, you can give in other ways. Time and talent is perfect. We need lots of that. So, but you can through gifts and tithes text, or unityofomaha.org, or also by mail. Now, before I get into vision, I just want to, I know you see all these cones and stuff. We had the carpets cleaned, but surprise, the tiles are coming up. So just make sure that you watch your step. I've tried to put the cones, and Rachel and I put out signs, so just make sure you watch your step when you are going through the church. Okay, so vision. Please say with me. In oneness with universal energy, we celebrate a world united in divine love. And our mission is, we raise vibrational consciousness through creative teachings, positive prayer, and a nurturing community. Yes, we do. And here is our affirmation for this month. I honor all feelings and anchor them in positivity. And now is the time that we pray, what we're famous for here in Unity. So please get relaxed in your seats. lower your gaze or close your eyes and get into the energy of oneness with me. Divine light, divine presence that is in, around, and through me, as me. Oh, today we look at that marvelous sun, knowing that our earth is heating up, that winter is soon ending, and the breath of spring and fresh air is coming. And in that energy of love and oneness, we also hold our brothers and sisters in the Ukraine. And we also hold those brothers and sisters in Russia who also are wanting peace. Peace. Let us all get into that energy of peace inside ourselves. For when we have it in us, we can push that out into the world. Peace and love and harmony. And today, as we dive deep again into our feelings, let us be gentle on ourselves. Let us breathe and touch that stillness inside of us and say, I am. I am. And really feel the truth of that statement. I am. And we're so appreciative of this moment, of this time, to be able to share and show who we are, and to be able to be one and loving and kind. And so it is. Amen.
So we're going to ask everyone to stand for the Spirit song. Life is brilliant, so resilient. Life is simply infinitely magic. Open your eyes, you'll see the way to let your life be magic every day. Life is special when it's love-filled. Life is simply infinitely magic. Open your heart, you'll feel the way to let your life be magic every day. So you know what we're going to do during this verse? We would like the right side to face the left side, and the left side to face the right side. Nope, other way around. And we want you to wave and say hello. And when we get back to the verse, we want you to sing it to one another like you mean it. Life's a treasure, such a pleasure. Life is simply infinitely magic. Yeah. Open your mind, you'll know the way to let your life be magic every day.
And today's daily words of inspiration is from Susan Kimball, who is our prayer chaplain today. Unfortunately, Susan couldn't be here today, so if there is a prayer chaplain who feels drawn to be in the prayer chapel, that would be great after service. If not, just know that we all hold you in prayer each and every day. All right. So this first quote comes from Carrie David Richards. The ability to be genuinely grateful for the things that we have and the people we love, as well as simply being alive and conscious, will do more for bringing a true feeling of happiness to us on a regular basis than almost anything else. And the second one is from Sid Cadosis. I practiced that, but I don't know if that's right. When you take a positive action, a positive feeling generally flows it. Which is then most likely followed by another positive action, and the upward spiral continues. Let me read that one more time. When you take a positive action, a positive feeling generally follows it, which is then most likely followed by another positive action, and the upward spirals continues.
You can play the game and you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. But tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Do as I say, oh, your love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Oh, you can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known.
This is widely known.
And what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself and alone. You need to tell somebody the way that you feel. You can feel it beginning to heal. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with. Yes, and
that you feel.
things are gonna work out fine if you only will. What I'd like to do to you is shower. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be better, so much better.
If you only will.
Oh, yeah. Shower the people. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Go on and tell them how you feel. Oh, go on and let them know you just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way. Shower the people that you love. Show them it's alright. Go on. Just show them the way that you feel. Let it go. Let it go. Shower the ones you love. It only takes one person to show the way. Oh, don't hold it all inside. Let go. Let go of your foolish pride. Go on and show somebody love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people that you love. Don't be afraid to be the one. Take the first step. Show somebody I can walk out of anger and love, love, love. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Whoa, go on and shower. Oh, things are gonna be much better if you only will.
Perfect words. Perfect words for the truth of who we are, that we need to shower each other with love. So, I'm Reverend Becky Whitehead, Senior Minister here at Unity of Omaha for another month. And this is our final Sunday of talking about feelings and emotions. And do you want to guess what we're going to start talking about next month? Change. Who would have thought that we would have talked about change in the midst of all this? So I do invite you. Okay, let's get me at a good even sound keel here this morning. So do speak this with me, because I think it's important that we give power to our words. So if you will, say this: I honor all feelings and anchor them in positivity. That makes a difference. It makes a difference when we do that, much like that song talked about. You know, when we use those words of love and things, we're creating something new. So this morning I want to talk to you about the Great Storyteller. Do you guys know who the Great Storyteller is? There have been many that have gone down through history, right? Yeah. But I have the one that I know from personal experience is the greatest storyteller. And as I go through the talk this morning, we'll see if we can discover who that is. So, I do want to share with you that Charles Fillmore said that doctors tell us that there is the toxin generated in our bodies that kills us. What produces this destructive force? What could it be? It must be our own minds, and that remedy must also be in a change in mind. So it's those thoughts. Those thoughts are the things that have something to do with it. And Charles Fillmore, one of our co-founders, went on to say that Paul expressed this when he talked about be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind from Romans 12:2. Well, that whole verse really is this, Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. So at any given point, I can tell you exactly what the will of God is. Exactly, beyond a shadow of a doubt, in any situation. And that is for us to show up as love in action. For us to be anchored and hold in our minds that feeling. Because whatever thoughts we hold is what induces our feelings and emotions. I have been asked by Unity Worldwide Ministries to serve as a consultant minister for the movement. And so they've asked me to go through and take a few classes to round out my experience. And one that I took this week really was diving more into nonviolent communication and some other techniques. And it talked all about those feelings that we have and the needs that we have, or the perceived needs that we have, and how it stimulates us to show up a certain way. And that the key to a lot of this is for us to be self-aware and self-observant. And to recognize when we are acting or reacting. Because that makes a big difference. That makes a big difference. So, when this verse talks about, do not be conformed to this world. If you're walking around and there's some folks in your life, you know, I know none of us have folks in our lives that aren't quite in alignment with the way we see things, and quite in alignment with being the loving presence of Spirit, or quite in alignment with having positive outlooks on things. You guys have some of those people? No, none of us do. So basically what this is telling me, the metaphysical interpretation of this verse is, don't get caught up in the crap of everybody else. Isn't that a pretty plain interpretation? You want to learn from that Bible? Okay. But when we anchor ourselves in the truth of who we are, we then show up in that will to be the divine expressions of God, of universal energy, of peace, of love, of all of that, all the time. And when we're anchored in that, it usually stimulates positivity. At least that's been my experience. So as I was preparing for the talk this morning, I came across one of Oprah's Super Soul Sundays. And I watched it and I listened to it because I was looking for some material to kind of give us a little more. Because after you've done a particular topic, hey, sweetie, after you've done a particular topic for a month, when it comes to the last Sunday, you've kind of covered a lot of it. So I wanted to give us a few more things. And so this Super Soul Sunday, we're going to watch the video, so those of you at home will be able to see it too, because it's going to go in a thread. But it's how to basically break that negative spiral and how to not be caught up in that stuff of the world. Okay, so y'all ready? All right.
It's like a particular kind of toxic thought pattern that drills you down deeper and deeper and deeper into a black hole of nothingness.
Yeah.
And as soon as you realize that's a thought pattern, then the you that realizes it isn't part of the pattern. And you can actually...
stop it. You can
You
disconnect.
can write yourself a restraining order. You know, or like a soap bubble. You know, you touch a soap bubble, it goes poof. Thoughts, when you see them in awareness, when you hold them in awareness, it's like touching a soap bubble. It will just self-liberate. It'll go poof.
We all do it. I mean, if you and I finish this interview and we walk down the hill,
Yeah.
and I say, thanks a lot, Oprah, I really appreciate it, and you go like this, my brain takes that as anxiety or fear, and I immediately make up a story. I knew she never liked me. I didn't do the right thing. It was terrible. All of a sudden, I'm working up a whole narrative.
Wow.
And then, you know, it just keeps going and going.
So how do we make sure that, or know that the story that we're telling ourselves is in alignment with what actually did happen? Yeah.
The first thing I have to do is when you look at me like that and I feel something in response to it,
Yeah.
I have to acknowledge, ooh, a button's been pushed.
Yeah.
I've been hooked on something emotional is happening
Yeah.
here. I'm
Yeah.
responding. And then I have to be willing to get curious about what it is. So instead of immediately going to my crazy story, I have to go to, okay, I'm emotionally hooked around something.
An event is happening outside, you're talking to somebody, enjoying the conversation, and all of a sudden they say something that hits something inside of you, a soft spot, and your whole mind, your heart starts to close, your mind starts to figure out, why did they say that? Did I say something wrong? And you go south. You go somewhere, right? And you notice yourself starting to get involved in that reaction. And so at that moment, you have to decide, do I want to solve this? Does this need to be solved? And do I need to think about it? Or am I willing to just relax and let it pass?
Because when something comes in to disturb you, if you don't let it pass right through you, you're saying that it will, the energy of it will drag you down into it, and then you think you become that thing. So what are we supposed to do when problems show up?
The moment it starts with that chitter chatter,
Your mind.
My mind, my first reaction inside is to relax and lean away from that.
Okay.
But I lean away from the noise the mind is making.
Accept this moment as if you had chosen it. And that brings in a new consciousness.
And do not deny the moment. This is what I learned from you, that literally it eliminated all stress in my life. Resisting the moment that is only going to create more anxiety and more being more upset.
A lot of the unhappiness that people experience, they believe it's due to the conditions of what's happening at this moment. But in most cases, it's not the conditions or the situation that you're in that causes the unhappiness. It's the mind telling you something about this moment that causes the unhappiness.
Yes,
So there's
like
a
I should have been
commentary.
there, I should have been
Yes.
earlier, I shouldn't have stopped to do this, I should have done that. It's the mind.
Yes. The most vital thing in spiritual life is to be able to watch your mind, to be the observer of your mind, so that the mind is not controlling you.
And that is how you eliminate stress.
Who's the great storyteller? Our minds are, aren't they? Because I've talked about it before, that we are masters at making stuff up. No matter what's going on, as soon as something happens, we create a story because we just can't stand not knowing. And chances are that if they talked about the triggers, chances are if it's something that brings up a systemic reaction to experience that you've had in the past, your story is going to take you on a tour that you've never been on before, because it is going to make it more elaborate than even the original experience. Because we are the greatest storytellers in the world, in the universe. It's part of our human DNA makeup. And so we get to recognize that when we tell that story, we're triggering all these feelings and emotions. Because here's the curious piece. Our body, our emotional factors, and really, to a sense, our minds don't know the difference between something made up and something real as far as visceral responses. That's the science of it. That is a scientific thing. I'm not just making that up. I didn't read it on the back of a comic book or anything else. But that is the science of it, that we do not have the capacity to differentiate between a real experience and a memory or something that we make up. And so when we go down one of those paths and we make up a story, which we're going to do it, so the key is for us to be in charge and to choose the narrative of those stories, right? And it's not always easy. I mean, I've practiced this and taught this for years. And guess what? I am an amazing storyteller. And I can make up some crap. Boy, I tell you what, I can really take it on a tour and go and just, it's like coast to coast in 90 seconds. But at least I'm not doing the world tour anymore. At least I've narrowed it down to our own borders. So we have a choice. We have a choice to recognize, to observe, to be aware. It's like, okay, this feeling, okay, like they said, look at it. Go, okay. And then let it go. What did Oprah say about resistance? What were they talking about? Resistance is that place that just exhausts us. And it wears us down. And what I know about me is when I'm worn down, I'm more vulnerable to those stories that take me down further. So take a breath. Be still. And know that it's just a story. Know that you are in charge. And you can turn that thriller flick into the most beautiful love story by just changing a few things. And we have that capacity. So Charles Fillmore also said, it is found, wait, I think, was this Charles? Yes, this was Charles. It is found that for each bad emotion, there is a corresponding chemical change in the tissues of the body that is life-depressing and poisonous. Have you guys heard of cortisol? And so there you go. There's one of your big ones. When we are in a bad emotion, our body is releasing all these things. I watched What the Bleep again here recently. And they have got a very cool animated rendition of what happens when certain thoughts go on and how everything happens in the nerve center and all the cells and all the chemicals get released. And if you haven't seen it in a while, watch it again. Because it will remind you, and it's a very good, easy way to get into the idea of what goes on in our experience. Charles went on to say, alternately, every good emotion makes the life-promoting change. Thus, it follows that it pays to think good thoughts and to do good acts for one's own sake. So if you had a choice, if you walked up to a table and there were these foods that were there, and there were this set of foods here that you totally love, and they taste good, and they're beautiful, and they're fresh, and they're healthy. They're good for you. They make your body feel good. And then you have over here these that, well, you can't even really tell what they are by looking at them. And you maybe take a little taste, and it's like, oh my gosh. I don't know who cooked that or where it came from, but that is some nasty stuff. It's like, whew. And you can just tell by looking at it. I mean, it's maybe kind of smoldering a little bit, bubbling, like from the tar pits, Which of those two feasts would you enjoy? I know for me, I would personally choose to go with the good stuff over here. But do you realize that so much of the time we're hanging out over here and we're absorbing all of this nastiness and taking it in and creating and promoting the story? Now, I've been known to walk out of a restaurant and go, gosh, that was some awful food. But then you know what? I don't go back. I don't go back. That was an experience I had, and I recognized it, and I saw that it just did not suit me. And that it wasn't good for me. I didn't feel good. I didn't have a good experience. It didn't smell good. It didn't look good. I don't go back. Instead, I want to focus and be in the midst of all of that is beautiful and harmonious and healthy and supportive of me and my physical plane and my spiritual journey. We have a choice. We have a choice. And so I encourage us to engage with our storyteller. And as we engage with our storyteller, to help rewrite some of those that keeps us over here at this bountiful, beautiful feast and helps us totally avoid that nastiness that is going to do nothing but drag us down. And remembering that it is for our own sake. And some of you may think, well, it's not only for my sake, but it's for the sake of my family and my loved ones and vice versa, because it is. We are a collective community. And so the more I'm engaged in doing those things for my own health and well-being and emotional sustenance, the more that I am contributing to that with us collectively. And so, get to know your storyteller. And get on really good terms with your storyteller when you can say, you're telling me a tall tale. That's not right. You're trying to send me on a journey that's not mine to take. Because I know that if we want to use traditional languaging, that God's will for me is the will to be a beautiful expression of the divine love right here, right now, and forevermore. And when we're in alignment, that's what we do. So, you guys ready for a little meditation? All right. So, in this moment, I want to invite you to relax into your chairs, whether you're sitting here in this sanctuary or if you're at home. And just take a few moments to clear that storyboard. Take a few moments to breathe into this very second, this very moment. And as we do, we let go of the stories that we came in here with this morning. And we write the story that I am worthy. I am a gift. I am smart enough and strong enough and brave enough. I am the expression of divine love. And as we join together in this time, heart to heart, we do so also lifting up all beings on this planet and holding the high watch as they write their stories. We hold them up as they listen to that inner guidance and let go of the chatter of so many. And we do this for ourselves. We do this for all humankind. We embrace all people. All countries. All spiritual traditions. In the story of oneness, in the story of compassion and peace. We join together, holding that same story, promoting that same story, filling it with the emotions and feelings of love and compassion, of peace and harmony, of value, of gratitude. For we know that if all creation engaged in that vibrational feeling, everyone joined together in that energy, there would be no wars or rumors of wars. There would be no victims or bullies. We would stand united in divine love. we would raise our eyes and our hearts and our arms and embrace each other. And as we hold that image in our minds, because as we know, when we hold those images, our body doesn't know the difference. And so as we hold those images and we feel that warmth radiate out of our chest, that pure energy of love is flowing through us. And as we do this, we move into a few moments of silence. And I ask you to feel the energy of love and compassion in this space as it flows in and through your being, through all of our hearts. And as we feel this, we write the story. We write the story of beauty and love. We write the story of peace and harmony for ourselves and all creation. And as we begin to bring our focus back to now, back into this space, into this room, into the room you're in, and you begin to feel the chair or the sofa beneath you again, we come back into this now space, into this now time, filled with gratitude. Gratitude because in this moment, we hold the feelings. We're telling the stories that bring about the changes in our experiences. And so for this time, for this opportunity, for all that have joined together, we are grateful. And so it is. Amen. I love you guys. So it's always my honor and pleasure to be here. So as we are in this feeling, this energy of abundance, of love and peace and joy, what better time for us to talk about the demonstration of our abundance and prosperity. And as we do that, we will be doing our Sacred Walk of Abundance here in the sanctuary. Those of you in the room that are choosing to give, if you'll come forward and place your gift, your love offering, your tithe in the bowl and take an affirmation with you. Those of you that are watching us from home or even watching us later in the recordings, you can text to give to 402-543-5339. You can go to our website, unityomaha.org, and click on the donate button. And we do still get U.S. mail here at Unity of Omaha, so that's always another option. And so let us speak our prosperity affirmation for the month of February. I am abundance, giving and receiving good. Did you know that? Did you know that you are the demonstration of abundance? I am that. There's another story for us to make sure and weave together. And so, you want the clicker? Yes, please. Okay.
If you don't mind, I'd like to say something really quickly. I am so grateful for everyone that we work with up here. The last couple of months, we've been just having a lot of fun, a lot of good time. I think we're starting to really gel and appreciate one another. And I came in a little stressed this morning. Yolanda saw it. And she goes, oh, okay, I'll wait to tell you that. And, you know, we're in here, and we kind of sort of rehearsed one song, and we went on to I Start My Day. The band started playing it, and there was just something about the way they started playing it, and then Yolanda started singing, and it was like heaven came down. I mean, every single one of us in here could feel it, and it was like everyone was just closing their eyes and just singing like that song meant the world to us in that moment. And it was beautiful, and it certainly changed the tone in here from that point on, and we're grateful. So I just thought I'd share that with you.
And if I can add to that, I started my day at Starbucks, and I told the lady that I was a professional singer, and so I said, do whatever you want with the green tea, just make it so it helps my voice. And it was so funny, I sang I Start My Day to her. She said, well, you got to sing for us. And I sang that song. I said, I start my day with love, and when I got to the window, guess what she said? She said, well, you know what we do for professional singers? We have to pay you. So she gave me my green tea free. So that's why we was all happy.
Around the sun, the earth knows she's revolving, and the rosebuds know to bloom in early May. Just as hate knows love's the cure, you can rest your mind assured that I'll be loving you always. 'Cause now can't reveal the mystery of tomorrow, but in passing we'll grow older every day. Just as all that's born is new, you do know what I say is true, that I'll be loving you always.
Until the day the rainbow burns a star in the sky. Until the ocean covers every mountain high.
Always.
Until the dolphin flies and parrots live at sea. Until we dream of life and life becomes a dream. Did you know that life has given love a guarantee to last through forever and a day? Just as time knew since the beginning, and the seasons know exactly when to change. Just as kindness knows no shame, know through all your joy and pain that I'll be loving you always. As today I know I'm living, but tomorrow could make me the past I mustn't fear. For I know deep in my mind the love of me I've left behind. 'Cause I'll be loving you always until the night, until the day, until the day that 8 by 8 and 8 is formed, until the day that is the day we are no more. Until the day the earth starts turning right to left.
Did you know your love?
Until the earth is for the sun denies itself. Until the mother nature says her work is through.
Always.
Until the day that you are me and I am you. Until the rainbow burns the stars out in the sky. Until the ocean covers every mountain high. Until the dolphin flies and parrots live at sea. Until we dream of life and life becomes a dream.
Always.
So I thought I would grab a affirmation for those that are at home. So all of you that are watching us on Facebook Live or YouTube Live or watching this in the recording later, here's your affirmation for this week. I am safe and secure in the light of God. Amen. Amen. So join me as we bless these tithes, gifts, and offerings, the ones that are here physically, the ones that are coming, and the ones that are moving through the universe right this moment. And so we bless them. We fill them with love, and we fill them with courage. We fill them with understanding and peace, knowing that everyone that has touched these gifts and that will touch them as they move out into the universe is blessed. And so it is. Amen. All right, so shall we? Why don't you guys all stand with me for a second? And let's say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me.
I am that light.
The love of God enfolds me.
I am that love.
The power of God protects me.
I am that power.
The presence of God watches over me.
I am that presence.
Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Have a blessed week.
Morning, Mr. Radio. Morning, little Cheerios. Morning, Sister Oreo. Did I tell you that everything here is fine? Ooh, am I? Morning, Mr. Shoeshine Man, shining bright in white and tan. Baby said he loves me, and need I tell you that everything here is just fine? Ooh, am I? Excuse me if I sing, my heart has found its wings, searching high and low, and now at last I know. Morning, Mr. Golden Gate. I should walk, but I can't wait. I can't wait to set it straight. I was shaking, but now I'm making it fine. Ooh, here in mine. My heart will song with love that's rare and real. My filing space will feel every cloud. Then higher still, beyond the blues until I know I can, like any man, reach out my hand and touch the face of Excuse me if I sing, my heart has found its wings, searching high and low, and now at last I know.
morning little Cheerios. Morning Sister Oreo. Why won't you tell me that everything is just fine? Oh, in my mind. So won't you get up, Oreo? Won't you get up, Cheerio? Wake up, Mr. Radio. I know in truth that it's everything and I'm fine. Oh, in my mind. Oh, yeah. Won't you wake up, Oreo? Won't you get up, Mr. Cheerio? Wake up, radio. Whoa, in my mind. Singing about the morning radio. Morning little Cheerio. Won't you see I am just fine here in my mind. Get up, get up. Sing it in the mic. Get up, get up, get up. And everything will be fine. Oh, here in my mind. Twiddly pop with Cheerio. Won't you wake up, Oreo? Won't you wake up? Golden Gate Bridge is a place where we all want to go and see. We want to walk down the boulevard, shaking hands and bending knees with everyone we see. Everyone we be, we want to be just fine. I want to stroll, giving everybody soul. I want to dance. I want to see all romance when everything is fine. Oh, oh, here in my mind. Yeah. What a wake up, wanna hear some Atom play. Wake up,